Candor with the counsel and the denial of ethical prosecutors on this case are too much to permit lawyers Love and Hilton to continue as lawyers in this litigation. This motion, and as we see rightfully so now, was filed by Young Thug, aka Brian Steele, just yesterday, y'all. We're gonna get into it and read it because we know Miss Love, she's not gonna get this figured out. And I don't know if we're gonna take a break until lunch, but she's got a lot of work to do. So let's go ahead and check this out and see the reasoning, or even more reason why Brian Steele's saying you got to get them out of here. State of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, aka Brian Steele. Additional motion to disqualify lawyers Love and Hilton. Seems like it's a closed case at this point, right? Comes now, Young Thug by and through undersigned counsel and hereby files this additional motion to disqualify lawyers Love and Hilton in the above referenced case. In support of this motion, Young Thug shows as follows. We know he's got to say he's innocent. Young Thug is innocent of all crimes in the above referenced indictment. The Honorable Court denied Young Thug's original motion to disqualify lawyers Love and Hilton on August 1st, 2024, as last week, based upon Young Thug's assertion that he intends to call lawyers Love and Hilton as a witness at trial, amongst so many other things. Young Thug respectfully requests this Honorable Court to consider the ethical violations made by lawyers Love and Hilton in support of this motion to disqualify. We heard Miss Love bring up Ford versus Young, and she said, I see what you're saying about Ford, but it doesn't really apply here because the circumstances were different. We don't care. Y'all got to go. The enormity, excuse me, I have not seen that spelled out. The enormity of violations of candor with the court. Sound familiar? Candor with the counsel and the denial of ethical prosecutors on this case are too much to permit lawyers Love and Hilton to continue as lawyers in this litigation. Below is just a touch of the constant misconduct by lawyers Love and Hilton in this case. Boy, the timing of this is ironic. Recently, lawyer Love filed a motion with this Honorable Court that undersigned counsel had a duty to provide work product. Lawyer Love knows that Lawyer Love knows that same is untrue, and the cases that she cited in said motion did not support the propositions of law that she asserted in the motion. See the motion to compel defendants' compliance with reciprocal discovery obligations and to exclude any evidence intentionally withheld and not timely disclosed, filed on July 26, 2024. This is not the first time they've done this. This was the fourth time that lawyer Love raised the same frivolous issue, attempting to hide Georgia law from the court that she was explained at the 3 prior hearings on the same exact issue. See the YouTube dated April 8th, 2024, and then July 30th, 2024 as well. And we won't watch those right now, but this is sad to see, y'all. In paragraph 11 of the state's ex parte motion for the order to compel testimony necessary to the public interest, there is zero truth to the assertion that any defense meeting occurred with Lil Woody to impact Lil Woody's decision to invoke this Fifth Amendment or any other matter. No defense lawyer on this trial had any connection or involvement with Lil Woody on or around June 6th. This is a known misstatement by lawyer Love. Prior to opening statements, the former court ordered all parties to share with each other any demonstrative aids that they would seek to display on the jury opening on. Let me read this again, y'all. Prior to opening statements, the former court ordered all parties with each other. We're going to get there. Prior to opening statements, the former court ordered all parties to share with each other any demonstrative aids that they would seek to display to the jury during opening statements that were to begin on Monday, November 27, 2023. This order came from Glanville. So they've had this order long time ago. So that objects so that objections could be made prior to the presentation of the opening statement. And we saw yesterday Judge Whitaker basically spending her time doing this same thing. She's planning on bringing the jury back on Monday. She wanted to go ahead and go through any evidence that they had to make sure there weren't any issues brought up while the jury was in and we had a witness on the stand, because she doesn't want to do all the back and forth and have to get the jury out of there, have to bring them back, get them out of there, bring them back, and going back and forth. So to avoid all of that, she's kind of following the same guidelines. As we saw when this trial initially continued, Judge Glanville eventually, I don't know if he just got tired or what, but he let this keep happening instead of taking a pause and making sure they had everything ready to go once the jury was there. So then what happened was on Friday, November 24th, 2023 at 4:58 p.m., Lawyer Love shared her supposed demonstrative aid. During opening statements at trial, Lawyer Love showed a completely different demonstrative aid in violation of the prior court's order. And we can see that here. There have been no consequences for Lawyer Love's intentional, unethical, and continued misconduct, which we are seeing right now as these proceedings are going on. So Brian Steele, I'm sure he's going to bring up this motion and say, Judge, just let her go. It's time. During the same opening statement, Lawyer Love defied another pre-trial former court order without first obtaining permission from the now recused court by introducing to the jury that undersigned counsel had represented another person charged in this case. She was talking about Brian Steele, and she mentioned that during opening statements. Specifically, in her PowerPoint, Lawyer Love showed the jury that undersigned counsel represented co-indictee Bladlock. I know I'm saying his name wrong. I apologize. Lawyer Love also accused undersigned counsel of knowingly and intelligently misrepresenting to the jury that Mr. Bean was taken to Brady Hospital by police from the scene of his arrest on September 11th of 2013. At a bench conference, Lawyer Love falsely stated that she had evidence on her table to prove that undersigned counsel fabricated evidence, as Mr. Bean never went to Brady Hospital on September 11th. We found out that was not true. Lawyer Love's allegations against undersigned counsel to the prior court were proven beyond any doubt to be totally and knowably false. So she lied in court again, as we see her doing today. Over Mr. Williams, aka Young Thug's objection, when the state was attempting to introduce a January 26, 2015 social media post from co-indictee Garlington's account during the testimony of Detective Gaither, Lawyer Love told the prior court that only Young Thug's voice could be heard on this video/audio, except for one other voice saying "yeah" in the background. She lied about that. Undersigned counsel told the prior court that Lawyer Love was incorrect and that several persons' voices were audible on the social media posting. Lawyer Love falsely accused undersigned counsel of misrepresenting facts to the prior court. Of course, Lawyer Love has proven to be the person who was untruthful and was again falsely accusing undersigned counsel of wrongdoing. If y'all were the judge, would y'all keep this? And somebody told me to put some respect on Love's name in the chat. I gave her some respect at the beginning. I met her in person. I got to work with her when I was serving on the grand jury. In this trial, no respect for the way she's conducted herself, for the way she has handled things from a professional standpoint. So no, you're not getting any respect from me. This chick is out here just being a very poor representation of this justice system. And I'm not going to respect somebody who does that. Undersigned counsel told the prior court that Lawyer Love was incorrect and that several persons' voices were audible on the social media posting. Lawyer Love falsely accused undersigned counsel of misrepresenting facts to the prior court. What did Judge Glanville do? Nothing. Of course, Lawyer Love was proven to be the person that was untruthful and was again falsely accusing undersigned counsel of wrongdoing. This pattern of prosecutorial misconduct illustrates the enormity of unethical conduct of Lawyer Love and the state of Georgia in this case. On Thursday, June 6, 2024, as well as Friday, June 7th, Lawyer Love falsely accused undersigned counsel of purposefully extracting and tampering with jail recordings of Lil Woody. Again, this was another knowing, malicious, false allegations by Lawyer Love as she continues her unethical conduct. And he's got the receipts. We're going to go back through and show these receipts too. On Monday, June 10th, 2024, Lawyer Hilton, Lawyer Love, and the now recused trial court attempted to hide Brady evidence from Young Thug and the other accused that was obtained during the unlawful ex parte meeting with sworn witness Lil Woody and his counsel. Lock her up. Specifically, Lil Woody made statements that everything he said was a lie, or is a lie, that he committed all of these crimes in the indictment and the like. The statements were impeachment of Lil Woody and are squarely within the concept of Brady versus Maryland. This is where the term Brady evidence comes from, right? Moreover, lawyers Hilton and Love, with the assistance of the now recused judge, told Lil Woody that he would not get into trouble if he lied under oath unless he told a bold-faced whopper of a lie. That he could not be prosecuted based upon some erroneous theory that the statute of limitations had run and Lil Woody would have to remain in custody until all 28 co-indictees' cases resolved. This is all unethical conduct in order to intimidate, coerce Lil Woody to testify at trial. The above does not truly encapsulate the horror of working with Lawyer Love and Lawyer Hilton not to be able to trust the prosecution to provide the simplest and most basic fundamental fairness, such as honesty to the tribunal and honesty to all the courtroom, must mandate that both Lawyer Love and Lawyer Hilton be disqualified from this case. Wherefore, Young Thug respectfully requests a hearing of this motion and at the conclusion of the same, ask the Honorable Court to grant the above requested relief this day, yesterday, August 6, 2024. Brian Steele, co-counsel Keith Adams. All right, and then that is the end of this motion. So I want to go back and look at some more of these videos. We're going to check in a second and see if court's back in session. But just going through this, even if we hadn't seen everything we saw this morning, you can see clearly how specifically Miss Hilton, because he doesn't focus, or Miss Love, he doesn't specifically focus on Miss Hilton that much, although we know what she did in giving false information along with Glanville in the June 10th ex parte meeting. But Miss Love, she's just looking really bad, really bad. And you heard Judge Whitaker ask her earlier. She said, hey, who's in charge of this team? She said, I am. I'm in charge of this team. And you and your team willingly withheld evidence from the defense. Not looking good. I want to know what y'all think. If you were the judge, should she be removed from this trial?